service and volunteerism is a huge part of what the Office of Faith-Based and Community Initiatives does. So we're hopeful that the Governor's Conference and all of our other activity lifts up that form of volunteerism. We specifically have some other grant program opportunities that we do administer. One of them is called Mitch's Kids, and it's maybe familiar to some, maybe not to others, but Mitch's Kids is a TANF grant program, and TANF means that folks have to be basically are on the lower end of the economic spectrum to be eligible. But it's an after-school homework program that is administered by the Boys and Girls Club Alliance of Indiana. It operates in 76 different club locations throughout the state. And even though we don't administer it on a day-to-day basis like the Boys and Girls Club, we're the state partner that actually works with them in making sure that the program's does what it's supposed to be doing. The Boys and Girls Clubs do a tremendous job with this homework opportunity. What kind of sets it apart from other after-school and homework programs? They test the kids. There's a front-end test called the Woodcock-Johnson that assesses where they are on reading and math. And then they do the homework program, and there's a specific regimen of weeks that they're involved in that program, and then they test the kids afterward. And so far what we've seen is pretty daggone good results out of that program, so we're real happy to be a part of that. We've got a Homeland Security grant called COAD, where we work with community organizations active in disaster, and this particular grant we're going to be working with community organizations that would be available for housing assistance in the event of a disaster. So we're inventorying all kinds of local assets with an emphasis on that particular housing component for this disaster grant that we're working on right now. And we do that directly out of our office with a lot of sub-grantees. Another one is the Hardest Hit Fund, and that is in partnership with the Housing and Community Development Authority at the state level. Obviously, in the time that we live in, a lot of people have struggled with making their mortgage payment. The Housing and Community Development Authority administers the program, and if somebody does qualify for mortgage assistance, they can and need to satisfy one of three requirements. They either have to perform some education requirement, some job training requirement, or they can volunteer in their community. And that's where we come in as the conduit for making sure that if they want to volunteer, that they've got a community or faith organization that they can volunteer at, and it's just 40 hours a month. So those are the big grant programs that we administer at the Office of Faith-Based and Community Initiatives.